Now let's talk a little bit issues. I think that the two most important issues, the two questions, if I had just two questions for any politician, what are you going to do about climate change, and how are you going to get money out of politics? And and we're going to run into problems there, because I don't think you think climate change is a real problem. And I'm not
alone. I mean, the most recent survey...
You're not alone.
The most recent survey of climate scientists said about 57% don't agree with the idea that 95% of the change in the climate is being caused by
say that
CO2.
Again?
There was a survey done of 1,800 scientists, and 57% said they don't buy off on the idea that CO2 is the knob that's turning the climate. There's hundreds of reasons for climate change.
I don't know what ass you're pulling that out
I'm not.
I'll send
you the survey.
Okay.
It's 1,800 climate scientists. That's number one. Number two, the 97% figure that's thrown around, the head of the UN IPC said that number was pulled out of thin air. It was based on a survey of 77, not even 97 scientists responded to that survey. So let's talk about facts. And the fact is, lots of things cause climate change. And then let's talk about another point. What are you going to do about it? And how do we? Let's assume.
What are you going to do about it?
The answer is, if you look at what the president has proposed, an 80% reduction in emissions, and the consequence of that to folks that I am running my campaign on, which are folks that are blue-collar Americans who are losing jobs to China, losing jobs to Mexico, because there are
twice as many jobs in solar as there are in coal now. You're living in the past.
No, but
I know that's your country, Pennsylvania coal country.
But it's not just coal; it's manufacturing, and it's the president's about to propose a regulation on ozone that, according to the National Association of Manufacturers, will destroy the manufacturing economy in this country.
Well, it's already sort of destroyed.
Well, it is, because we have regulations that are overdone.
Because rich people send jobs overseas. All right,
they send jobs overseas because it's too expensive to manufacture.
But wait a second.
Because of climate, of other types of policies, including climate.
The Pope made a very strong statement in support of my position on climate change, not yours. And your position, when you heard that, was, hey, let's leave the science to the scientists. Okay, first of all, you're not doing that. But second of all,
I am.
You're not, because 97% of all scientists believe...
Is this a bogus number?
It's so not a bogus number.
It's so a bogus number.
Okay, yours is, mine is, yours is, mine is. But what I want to ask you is, I mean, I'm not a Catholic. I'm an atheist. But I like the Pope better than you do, and I wouldn't.
Not true.
And I wouldn't. But wait a second. You're saying the Pope should stick to what he knows, and I find that so ridiculous. Because this is what I always say: so much of religion is arrogance masquerading as humility. He's the vicar of Christ, your God. Shouldn't you have the humility to say, well, if the Pope thinks climate change is a problem, maybe I should? He's not just another guy.
If you look at all the things the Pope said, which I hope you do, he put it in the context of trying to reach out to people who may not agree with him on a whole lot of other issues in order to try to open up some doors and open up a conversation, which he's obviously done. I mean, Al Gore's now saying he's going to become a Catholic because of this president. I mean, because of this Pope. Really? I mean, this is he did. He said, you know, I'm considering becoming Catholic because of Pope Francis. So I think he's trying to do something to break down some barriers, because if you look at previous popes, they've been pretty much, you know, consistent on all these things and what would be seen in the world as conservative positions. And he's trying to reach out and bring some other people in to look at those things.
I know that a pope, every time he speaks, he's not infallible. It's very rare.
Correct, once.
What if he said this thing about climate change that he said in the context where it is infallible? What if he did?
But he wouldn't.
What if he did?
He would not, because the Pope speaks about infallible things.
Frank, call me.
No, yeah.